Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I'm the Gentleman and welcome to another episode of the Gentleman's Pixel Club. If you enjoy the content we do, please consider a like, share and subscribe, or you can follow me on the Twitter handle you can see on the screen at the moment. Today we are playing a game called Xeno Crisis, and this is a fantastic game from the Bitmap Bureau that we're going to be taking you through a little bit of gameplay. Before we start, I'm just going to let a couple of levels actually roll here, and this is a track screen that you'll have a look at to look at some of the later stages of the game. While we're watching the character shoot away there, take a look at my t-shirt, which is only fitting for this video. That is the fantastic alien war experience that used to be in London in the Trocadero era. Long gone, but I survived. And I got one of those t-shirts, and it was an exhibition, game experience, survival experience with props from the films. Great thing to have, great thing to do, and playing this game reminded me so much of Aliens that I figured, let me dig this out and put this on. At the moment on the screen you can see 2 players in the attract mode, so you can have 1 or 2 players playing the game, and this is being played on the MiSTer FPGA system on the Neo Geo. I'm going to stay quiet just for the moment while this attract intro scene plays out so you can get the gist of what we're looking to do here.
One of our finest Marines. Buckle up, meatheads. Prepare for half a boost. Approaching now, sir. I have a bad feeling about this.
So here we are, ready to click off the game. Xeno Crisis, off we go. We're going to be putting in our first coin to see how this plays, and we're playing a 1-player game. You can play 2 players. I love the Neo Geo system. It shows you at the beginning what controls to use. And you've got the usual fire, you've got a roll button, you've got a missile, or not a missile button, a grenade that you can throw as well. Multiple weapons that you can pick up. You can fire in the direction that you're running, you can hold the fire down and effectively strife in directions. You can rotate to the left and rotate to the right and fire, and very easy to play, very easy to control, but great fun. And you've also got the melee attack as well that I never mentioned. When you start off you have a choice of 2 Marines, male or female, so we're going to pick the lucky lady to go in. Her name's not Ripley, but it could be Ripley. It almost should be Ripley perhaps for this. So the dropship comes in and basically we go off on this mission. Looking at the back of the cassette cover that this came in for the original cartridge, I suppose cartridge cover, not cassette really. This is basically an arena shooter game, and 1 or 2 players take control of a couple of battle-hardened Marines and they explore these areas, and they're on a deadly mission to basically kill an alien menace and get home. And this is a run and gun type game, and look very closely, we're on screen 1 and the only thing we can do is move up into the next screen. This is really important and we'll get to this in a moment. So run and gun, shooting your way around these arenas, and arenas is not the right word for this, these particular levels that we do. You can collect tokens, those little tags from the aliens, which look like they've obviously killed other aliens to get those tags, or sorry, other Marines to get those tags, and those are worth collecting, so whenever you see them you must pick them up. I'm not doing too well on the controls at the moment, and it's just getting used to them because I've had to reconfigure this joystick that I'm using here. Not a problem to do, not hard to do, but I've set it up specifically for this game because you've got effectively the strafing movement that you're doing. You can rotate the gun, you can roll, you can throw grenades, and I just wanted to be sure to get it right. And look at this, you've got people that you can rescue as well, and they've got little names above them, so to rescue them you touch them and they look rather happy. How the hell they have got themselves in this position where they're trapped here, I don't know, but you know, at least we are getting them out. If you love Smash TV, you will love this game. I've just died and we are not going to start a game because there's something really important I want to show you on the next game. And by start again, you know, start the level, continue from where we were, because this game has, in my view, unlimited replayability. The visuals are great, the sound is great, the atmosphere is absolutely brilliant. You know, this is an Aliens game in all but name. So we've let this play out for game over. So we've had just the death scream of the character, and we're going to play another level on this using the female character because I want consistency in what I'm showing you here. Also, to add, the MiSTer FPGA, it has this screen that pops up when you use cards and you save to the cards saying the card is inserted. I've edited those out of the video. There was no point in a 10-second splash screen that was going to annoy you all, so that's purposely been taken out. But beyond that, you know, the editing is at the bare minimum that you do to create product for you to be able to view. So remember the first level that started, the first arena that we were there. The only way that you could leave the arena once we cleared the aliens was move upwards. So we're entering the same looking arena here, but look at this. This is a little bit different. The aliens are now coming from the left side of the room, and notice here my controls have got a little bit better in how I'm controlling the gun here. I'm steering the gun to the left and the right, or at least I was when I was shooting them here. And this room is different. You've got a wall where it wasn't before, using the gun to turn around to blast those aliens into smithereens and collect the dog tags, because the dog tags are important. I really should be collecting those grenades as well. Although I don't use too many grenades, I should be picking up as much of those as possible. You are limited in the amount of health, grenades and ammo that you can carry as well. And we've now got 3 choices. What door do we go through? I love the way it scrolls, and this room brings a new obstacle. Although we've got aliens that look like they actually belong from the film Aliens, those purple guys that are coming in from the right just then, we've got those holes in the floor, and those holes in the floor I cannot cross. I have to walk around them, so that brings additional hazard on top of what you got here. We have the barrels that explode that you've just seen, so the environment starts to break up as well in certain areas, and it's just limitless in terms of what the developers have done here. You know, what they could have gone for something very, very simple, but this is Smash TV crossed with the Aliens film on absolute acid, and I'm loving every minute of this. This is going to have the stuff that I've only started recently doing when I recently did it on the Mistress IO board for the MiSTer FPGA. There's going to be some scores at the end of this, and these scores truly reflects what I feel, what I believe this game is. I would not give fake scores on this channel. I would not give scores that I don't believe, that I would not stand by, because it invalidates the whole purpose of this channel. But just bear in mind when you're having a look at the scores that I've given here, that this is based on the type of games that I like. If you hate shooting games, obviously you wouldn't feel the same as what I'm feeling now. But I am absolutely loving this. This first came out on the Sega Mega Drive. You can buy a digital download of this for yourself to use on the MiSTer FPGA, Neo Geo and God knows what else from the URL that's on the bottom right hand of the screen. I've not, and look at that, a very different alien there, a nice blob looking one. I've not been paid to do this, I'm not being paid for this video or anything, but when you have great products, they are worth pushing, you know, the designers, pushing the developers and giving them a little bit of publicity. I reached out to them and look what they've given me, this background behind me, this quality art that you've got. They gave me a press kit so I could do a review. There was no restrictions on the review or anything else like this. It simply was, you know, yep, you can use this, thank you very much. And I said to them I will send them the URL before it goes live of the review, just so they can take a look themselves. You know, they deserve this because they have given me what you see behind. So this is now game over, and we're going to have one more go. This video would be the longest video that I've ever done, but we're not going to play for hours and hours and hours, because you all may have other things you want to be doing. But what I am going to do is play to the end of this particular playthrough. So again, you can see the levels, and look, here's one I missed. Your card is still inserted, so I said I cut that out, and that's what I missed, and I've removed a few of those apart from that one. So that's what I was talking about, where I was chopping little bits out. So yeah, we're going to play a little bit more of this. We're going to go through, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right near the end of the level, and then I'm gonna, there's a boss that you can actually fight. You are not going to see the boss fight because I will not be giving you spoilers for this great game. But once the boss is dead, after Area 1, the perimeter has basically been conquered here, we're then going to move on to what happens when you kill the boss. And look at this, second screen, different level layout again, more walls, different walls, obstacles to get in your way. So this is why this is such a fun game, because no two games will ever be the same. But anyway, when we've completed effectively level 1, you are not going to see the boss fight. but what you will see is what happens after this. And here's some people we can rescue that randomly appear. Baron von Powell, he is sat there. I don't know where Baron von Powell comes from, but what the hell he is doing with all this chaos going on around him, I don't know. But we've rescued him, and look at him fist pump the air with glory. You know, the same fist pumping that I did when I survived Alien War in London all those years ago. So we're collecting the few tags, and the tags are important. It looks like we've got 7 of them now, and we move off into the next room to be immediately chased by lots of aliens. I throw a grenade that does no good because I completely miss. The aliens are spewing tags, and look at the different types of aliens. You've got those strange spitting things that have appeared on the floor. If you remember the rolling demo at the beginning of this game as well, that showed, you know, lots of different aliens. But what you're not seeing here, and it's also very, very important to say, is that also showed 2 players playing at once, which you don't see on the playthrough that I'm doing here as I run into an empty room. And, you know, this just offers, you know, great interaction with anyone that you're playing with. Great gameplay, great aesthetics, great sound, great graphics, and I'm just simply loving what I'm doing. And I've run out of reasons to use the word great, so we're going to use fantastic again for all of those. Yeah, this really is the complete experience. This game was only came out a few years ago on the Mega Drive, but you know, look at the different weapons that we've got now. There's even a dead marine looking on the floor there at the moment. We're shooting some kind of laser bolts. Nothing to pick up from him. But the developers have recreated a game that exists in the current time frame that we all live in at the moment, but shouldn't exist because it feels like it belongs in the 80s. But it's an 80s type game, a 90s type game, but with today's standards, today's quality, today's polish. You know, another person to rescue and pick up there, and I'm making full use of being able to turn the gun at different angles. So this is us dead again, and you know, you're not going to see this particular continue for the moment. While we wait for me to put my initials in, actually look at the maggots on the floor. Those are also aliens that you can kill. Those are horrible little things. I don't know what they do to you, but that is not nice to be looking at all those maggots that are crawling around, you know, in there. Well, if they get you, they probably go in your throat and like a face hugger or something else like that. It wouldn't surprise me. So again, another death scene, another cut scene, and I played a bit more of this, but what I didn't show you was the boss fight. And you know, we're going to go into basically the cut scene pretty much straight after this from the boss fight.
Engaged alien hostiles and took care of their little friend. Now proceeding to the facility.
So this takes you into a shop where you can power up your character. I've got 22 tags that I can use, and they all give different things. So I've now got, it looks like I've got 10 of them left here. So you can purchase these items to improve your chances on the next level. And this is only stage 1 that we completed, although you didn't see it all because I wasn't going to spoil it. Look at this, we're in area 2, stage 2, and the environment is completely different. The aliens are different as well, and you know, there is, I think, 7 different areas to this with, you know, at least 10 different weapons that you've got. And this is just Smash TV on acid with the aliens theme, with brilliant sounds, brilliant graphics, all mixed into one thing and blended into one thing. And you know, it's absolutely cracking, it's absolutely brilliant. You know, it's lovely to see games like this. And you know, look at this Ripley. I rescued Ripley there, waving her arms. Did you see her name? And another character. So, you know, the little nods that you have for whatever reason to, you know, current retro sort of nostalgic type things like Aliens, it's all here. You couldn't ask for anything more. You really couldn't. So we're going to move on to the next room here. I probably don't get much further than this, but you can see it's a little bit more hectic than it was. And those are those worms that I was pausing to have a look at on the game over screen while we were putting the initials in before. Managed to kill them all so they didn't kill me. But look at this, you know, you've got everything coming down here, and I'm out of weapons, so I had to collect that box at the end to give me a little bit of ammo. But you've got to be a bit conservative with your ammo, because if you're blasting everything to infinity, you're going to be in a world of pain. And now we've got some pretty flower looking aliens as well. There's probably nothing pretty about them when they come near you, and they've managed to kill me. So we are going to let this play out. We're not playing anymore, but this has been a good, I hope, show and tell of what this brilliant, fantastic game is about. You know, I've loved every minute of doing this. This was actually a really hard video to do because I had to stop playing to go and do some of the talking stuff that we're doing over the top of it, but we got there in the end, and we're here in the end. Unfortunately, I have to stop having fun to still have fun and do other bits and pieces, but I would rather, in all honesty, just been playing this damn game. So that gentleman is dead there, he didn't make it, and these are the scores. So for gameplay, I give it 10 out of 10 gentlemen. You know, when I'm in a situation where I happily make these videos till the cows come home, but I actually don't want to do the talking over because I want to carry on playing. This is a 10 out of 10. Smash TV really appeals to me as well. So, you know, there's no two ways. It could be anything but that. Graphics, it gets a 9 out of 10, gentlemen, because there's nothing wrong with the graphics. They're pretty, they're cute in terms of how cute these horrible aliens can be, but it works so well. The audio is pretty good as well. That gets an 8 out of 10. You know, nothing to, you know, complain about really. Yeah, but yeah, audio was audio for me, and it's part of the entire puzzle, how it all goes together and gives you a seamless, glorious experience. And overall, I will give this a 9 out of 10, gentlemen. You know, this has been a fantastic game to play, a brilliant game to play. You can get this by looking at the URL that's on the bottom right hand of the screen. The setup for the MiSTer FPGA was really easy. You copy the files into your Neo Geo games directory, you edit one file so it appears on this, and bang, it works wonderfully for you. There is no pain, there is no hassle beyond anything. And if you can set beyond what I've said, and if you can set up a MiSTer FPGA, you can do this. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. This has been an absolute pleasure. This was so fun to make, and Bitmap Bureau, you have done probably one of the best games that I have played in a long time. This is worth every single penny. Good luck with this. Thank you for being a brilliant indie developer. You know, this is just awesome. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hope you've enjoyed this video. I will see you next time. You stay safe, you take care, and I survived Alien War in London, as shown by this t-shirt.
Would you like to play again?
Hello there, it's me again. If you're a subscriber to this channel, thank you very much. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, then Zeus here would love you to subscribe. It makes him happy and it makes me happy. And if Zeus is happy, everybody is happy. Thank you very much. Stay safe, take care, goodbye.